All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on. This is our spring 2021 parent orientation. We're super excited to get these kicked off. We want to start having these be a consistent thing we do before each season, so that way you as parents can be informed, and so that way we can answer any questions before season kicks off. So thank you for hopping on. My name is Ari Estrada. I am a program coordinator for the First Tee of Denver, but I'm also a lead instructor. So if your golfer is taking classes at Willis Case Golf Course, I will be the lead instructor there this season. If you are at City Park Golf Course, your lead instructor will be Coach Drew. If you're at Overland Golf Course, your instructor will be Coach Mateo. And if you're at Wellshire Golf Course, your instructor will be Coach Tom. We're the lead instructors of the show. So those are some names to connect depending on what course that you are at. On the call with us tonight, we have Nick Coons. He is our office manager. If you have been calling our office, getting registered for classes, answering any questions, he is the guy that you've been talking to. So he'll be here helping monitor the whole chat, the flow of the presentation, excuse me, and then he'll be answering questions at the end. So if you have questions during this, please hold them until the end. Or if you want to, if it's fresh in your memory, you want to drop it in the chat area, Nick will be monitoring that. So we can answer your questions as we go if it's important in the beginning, or save them for the end, that way we can kind of keep everyone on the same page. We also have one of our board of directors, our board president, Eric Ferrone. He is here with us as well. During this presentation, he'll be chatting more about everything that we do aside from just the golf class that you guys are signed up for. So again, thank you so much for hopping on. Let's get this party started. Tonight's agenda, we're gonna be talking about what is the First Tee, who we are, and what you need to know about classes once we start our day one. I believe it's next week, and what's next for your child and other opportunities that we provide through the First Tee. So this is kind of the layout of what we're going to be talking about. So who are we? What is First Tee? Our mission here at the First Tee of Denver is to impact and inspire youth academically, socially, and physically through the game of golf. We stand by that, and we try to implement that every time we're out on the course with your golfers. So that is hopefully a mission statement that will show once we go into season. What we do, we offer high quality, affordable, activity-based golf lessons to kids in the Denver metro, all across Colorado for that matter. We incorporate life skills and core values into every lesson, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, how every lesson that we teach, we implement a core value, a life skill that our lessons are circled around. So yes, we teach golf, but there's definitely more to it than that. Along with that, we also employ high school age participants while providing professional development training to them. So we have what we call junior coaches. I'm gonna be talking a lot about them because they are the reason we are so successful. They are our teenage participants that we hire to and train to be instructors for us, but they're also hired for us to help them grow as well. So by professional development training, we help them work on a resume. How do you interview? What does it mean to ask for a letter of recommendation from someone? All the if, ands, and knows what's about it. So it's definitely a good program I will constantly be talking about during this orientation. We conduct free programs at schools and with other partnerships, which Eric and myself will be diving into later on in the presentation. We do more than just teach golfers on a golf course. There's much more to the First Tee. And we also award college scholarships to deserving participants. So if your golfer is thriving within our program, we offer so much opportunity as far as scholarships and other amazing avenues for your golfer to be a part of. So lots of fun stuff that we do here aside from just the cool stuff of teaching golf. So 9 core values. We at the First Tee, we have 9 core values that we have one in every single lesson, and we implement them in every lesson that we teach. So confidence, respect, judgment, responsibility, honesty, integrity, perseverance, sportsmanship, and courtesy. Every lesson that your golfer will be in from now until they excel and pass all the certifications for First Tee, we will have a core value in every single one. We stand by these, and all of our lessons are surrounded by these. So the First Tee 9 core values and the life skills experience are everything that we are about here. Activity-based lessons. So along with the core values and life skill experience we teach during golf lessons, we're teaching golf. So our teaching philosophy, we are about doing versus telling. So your golfer will never be sitting in a circle for 20 minutes listening to an instructor lecture about the golf swing or showing them. We will get a club in your golfer's hand and get them swinging. We are about Giving instruction, having the golfers do as we tell them. So we're very activity based and very motion based. We don't want your golfer just sitting there expecting to listen to us or stare at a screen for a long period of time. We learn through playing. Again, we get your golfers out on the course. We teach on our own junior courses, which I will talk about later on in the presentation, and we'll get our lessons and we get them on the course. Again, just really focusing on the rules and etiquette and the golf skills that we'll be teaching them. Developing skills through games and activities. Yes, we're teaching your golfers how to play golf, but we do give games and activities to help sharpen those tools. So if we're working on putting to an area, instead of the hole, we're gonna play tic-tac-toe, or we're gonna have a ladder set up with yarn on the putting green, and we're gonna be practicing our distance control on that while having fun during a fun-filled game. So we definitely focus on that, bringing games and activities into it. We focus our attention on the intention. That is very important on how we lead our lessons. If we're focusing on ball contact on the range, or if we're focusing on our balanced finish on the range, that is the intention. So we really want to make sure we're sharpening the right tools and making sure your golfers are remembering what they're practicing and not being confused if we have to focus on 10 different words in one lesson. Our attention is on the intention for the day. And again, junior coaches, providing good examples and role models. Our junior coaches are going to be there to ensure safety, ensure the golfers are having fun, and being a role model for your golfer out on the course. So again, I will be talking about them throughout the entire presentation here, but our junior coaches are the stars of the show. What to know before class. So what to bring. We are requiring everyone to wear a mask. Our instructors, our lead instructors, us, and all the golfers will be required to wear a mask. Make sure your golfer has a water bottle. We want everyone to stay hydrated and make sure they have plenty of water during class. A hat, sunscreen, bug spray, jacket, whatever is appropriate for the weather that day. Please make sure your golfer is prepared. And then if your golfer has equipment, if they have their own set of clubs or golf balls, tees, etc., they're more than welcome to bring that as well. I'll get more into detail of equipment on the next slide, but if they have that, they're more than welcome to bring their own equipment. Where to go. So next week, before we go into programming, we're going to be sending you all an email. And with that email is going to be instructions on where to check in at your course. So if you are, example, if you're at Overland Golf Course, then and you will be assigned to the blue group, then you're going to get an email saying your child is in the blue group and you're going to be checking in at the #1 green on the junior course. And there'll be instructions on how to get there. And then that's where you will take your golfer to check in for class. Each course is very unique and very different. So depending on where you're at, you'll get an email specific for where your golfer is taking classes. Along with that, spectators. So once you drop off your golfer, they're checked in, good to go. We are not allowing spectators on the junior course property with us. So like I said, we will be teaching on our own first tee junior courses, which I'll get more into detail later on in the slide here, but we're not letting parents or spectators on that property with us. So once you drop your child off, you're more than welcome to hang out in the parking lot, go in the restaurant at the golf course. If you're at either City Park or Overland where there's a driving range, you can go hit a bucket of balls while you wait. We are asking if you could stay near as possible, just in case there's an emergency or if there's a restroom situation. We would like you guys there to help us out to ensure your child's safety and ensure the safety of the rest of our participants. So before class, we'll have the roster count with your emergency contact that you provided. Our coaches will verify that and just make sure we have the right information so we know if something comes up, we know who to call, or if your child has to use the restroom, needs a Band-Aid, something like that. We will definitely make sure we have the right contact information for you. Safety precautions, I will dive into that here on the next slide, but safety precautions, we are going to be staying safe and spread out and requiring a mask. All of our instructors will have hand sanitizer, will have a mask on them at all times, and making sure that we are ensuring everyone is staying safe and spread out. So with that being said, diving more into our safety precautions and COVID policies. So as I stated, everyone is required to wear a mask covering. Our lead instructors, our adult instructors, our junior coaches, golfers, and parents. As you drop off your child, please wear a mask. That way everyone can be on the same page and everyone stays safe. Groups will be limited to 10 people, including staff and participants. So the reason we're not allowing spectators on the course is because we don't want to skew with our safety numbers that we have in place. So me as the lead instructor, I'll have myself and I'll have 2 junior coaches or 3 junior coaches with me, depending on the size of my roster. And then we'll have the golfers within our group to make 10. So that way we can keep our numbers safe. We can all spread out appropriately, and it's your golfer will still get the attention and instruction equally amongst the golfers and amongst our staff. So we can try to keep those numbers. Everyone will be spread out. So one color group will be at one station, one color group will be at another station. We'll rotate and make sure everyone stays apart and safe. All activities are designed to, so 6 feet of distance can be kept at all times. We are going to keep 6 feet or farther away on every station, whether it is warm-ups to going and playing the junior holes on the junior course, the driving range, putting. We will make sure everyone is spread out, even when we're walking to the stations. Everyone will make sure, we are ensuring everyone is staying spread out and safe. No sharing of equipment. What we mean by that is we don't want golfers within the groups sharing with each other. So, okay, that scared me, sorry. Excuse her. So with that being said, if there's siblings in the class, if you have 2 golfers, a brother and a sister, that's a different conversation. If they have 1 water bottle they're drinking from or 1 golf bag. But if there's friends or if there's just different golfers within the group, we don't want them sharing equipment, sharing golf balls, handing each other sunscreen. We just want to make sure everyone is accountable for their own things. But with that being said, if your golfer doesn't have golf clubs or golf balls or any equipment, that's no problem at all. We're going to be providing all the equipment this year. So last year, when we came back from COVID, when we were having classes during COVID, we had the system where we gave all the equipment to the golfer, and you guys as parents and the golfer had to take the accountability of bringing it back every class. It worked, but instead this year we're going to switch it up. That way you guys don't have to worry about that. We are just going to up our sanitation policy. So whatever club, golf ball, tee, ball mark, anything that your golfer will use, they'll use it and then they'll give it back to us, and we will sanitize properly before giving it for the next wave of golfers. So everything will be sanitized in between classes. So if you don't have any clubs, anything, no problem. We will provide everything for class. So you don't have to worry about that part. Inclement weather. So obviously spring season is so predictable in Colorado, but we have to make sure we're prepared. So with that, let's start off with snow. In instances of snow, if the golf course is closed, we will make the determination in the morning to cancel class. So the reason we state that is because the weather here is so inconsistent. It could snow Friday evening and then Monday morning be 55 degrees and melt. So we don't want to make it too early of a call when we could have had a successful class, no problem. So unless, hopefully, we won't get another 3-foot dumping of snow like we did a few weeks ago. If it's snowing and you're unsure, just wait till the morning of, and we will make a call and make sure that everyone is notified that we will cancel that class. And I'll get to how we are going to be notifying here in a second. But when it comes to lightning is a little more tricky because we are literally holding lightning rods when we're out there on the course. So we have to take that a little more serious. So if there is lightning within the vicinity and on the radar it's showing that it's too close and it's unsafe, we will wait 15 minutes and see if the storm passes. So your lead instructor and probably all the instructors will have a weather app or radar up. We'll be monitoring what it's doing. If it passes and it's a safe distance away where we can continue class, then we will continue class where we left off, and we will just adjust the time period. That way all the stations are the same. If it is still within the area and we can't continue on with class, then we will cancel. And the way that we will communicate that to you is through our social media platforms. So if you look at the slide on the third bullet, if class is canceled, we will post it on our social media pages, Facebook and Twitter. The reason that we're going to be using those is because it's the quickest way that we can let you guys know if something's canceled. We are able to send out emails. Our registration system is great and it gets everyone informed, but the problem is there is a delay by the time that the system processes and actually sends the email out. Time has already passed. Whereas on Facebook and Twitter, we can post it within seconds and you guys are notified. So our handles are listed here. First T-Denver is our Facebook, and at TFT Denver is our Twitter page. So if you're able, please follow those. We will, if you have Facebook, have Twitter, make sure you give those a follow and we are alike, and we will definitely be posting there the most as far as the quickest information to get you if class is canceled. Hopefully we won't have to cancel class, but I don't trust Colorado weather that often. So If we do have to cancel class, we do have a 3-week buffer before summer classes start. So if we do have to cancel a Saturday morning or a Sunday evening that your golfer is registered for, we will be able to make up classes. Hopefully we won't surpass that, but keep your fingers crossed. And again, excuse my dog. She just is losing her mind over here. At class, here's the flow of how classes will go. So every class, we will have a warm-up to get your golfers' blood pumping, get them ready to go, get their bodies moving. And again, we will keep everyone distant and safe during warm-up as well, making sure that there's no mixing up of equipment, anything like that. Different stations for various skills. So each week we're going to be having different golf skills focusing on different things. So we could be focusing on our grip and stance at the driving range. We could be focusing on our distance control at putting. We could be focusing on rules and etiquette, what to do on the green when we're playing. So each week we have different stations for various skills. We also have the seamless integration of our life skills and core values. So if we're focusing on putting to an area and distance control, we'll probably be focusing on judgment, making sure we're making good choices on how big or how small of a swing to take. So seamless integration of our core values and our life skills is what we're all about. Our lessons are focused around those. And again, talking again about our junior coaches. They are the reason we are so successful. So what is a junior coach? Just to go into some detail here, there are our role models for our classes. So we hire teenagers 14 and up. They can apply through our program. They send in an application. We ask for a resume. We ask for letters of rec, and we ask for an application. They fill out application questions. We interview them. And as we go through that, we compile all their information and we train them to be our instructors on the course, but we also train them professionally. How can we make your resume better? How can I interview properly? Who do I ask for a letter of recommendation? So as we're training them for our instruction for on the course with your golfers, we're also training them for their future. So it's a great program that we offer. It's actually probably one of my favorites that we have because they are really the reason why our classes are so successful. So if you have anyone that you know that is 14 and up and wants to be out on the course and work for us, there is no golf knowledge required for this position because they're out on the course with us and they're going to be learning the lessons as they go as well. And my job as an instructor is to teach the lesson. Our junior coaches are there to implement safety, make sure everyone's having fun, and just repeating what we're teaching. That way it's easier for the golfer to remember. So if there's different people repeating it, showing the lesson, and they're still moving their bodies and having fun, that's the purpose of the junior coach. So if you want more information on that, please let us know. It's definitely one of the best programs that we offer. One other thing as far as at class, pickup location is the same as drop off. So if you're at City Park and your check-in is the Blue Noodle by the putting green, then your pickup will be at the Blue Noodle by the putting green. We're going to keep that consistent. Wherever you drop your golfer off, that is where you will pick them up. Next, the big page. This is what's next for your golfer. So here's a flow chart of all the programs and classes that we offer here. So if you look at the flow chart, you'll see your golfer's class on here, and you'll see the progression of what would be next for your golfer. So at the player and girls only level and on, we will be having a certification. So once that happens, every level progression from there, we have to do a certification. What that is, it's just an assessment for us to see on paper, how is your golfer doing? Are they good enough to pass on to the next level? Are they confident enough to be able to handle the next level? Or are there still some things we need to work on? So it's really just us making sure they are prepared for that next progression up. With the certification, there is an on-course piece where we do different, checking their putting, how is their ball flight on the range, is their chipping consistent, etc. And then there's also the online golf knowledge and life skills test. What that is we'll send out a link. Your golfer will click on it, and it's a simple online test and to test their knowledge on the life skills and core values that we taught them, and the golf knowledge of the course. Both are very important in order to pass certification. If your golfer takes the on-course certification but doesn't do the online part, they won't pass. You have to make sure your golfer completes both, okay? But yeah, if you see the flow chart there, it can be seen like a lot of arrows and different things going on. But if you really study it and look at it, you'll really see a good consistent flow of where your golfer's progression will be. Let's see here. One thing we also encourage, obviously, how are we going to pass them in certification? Well, we teach them every week for their class, and we give them the different lessons, different golf skills, but we encourage them to practice on their own. And in order to save you guys some money, you guys don't have to be taking them to the range and spending all the money. Your golfer has free access to our facilities. So at the beginning of every season, your golfer will receive a bag tag. And what that is, it's literally what it says, a tag that you hook on your golf bag. And it's your golfer's first tee membership. So on that bag tag, it lists all the courses that your golfer will have free access to the driving range. So City Park Golf Course, Overland Golf Course, Kennedy Golf Course, and Aqua Golf are all locations with a driving range that your golfer can use their bag tag at. All they have to do is simply go into the pro shop, introduce themselves and say they're with the first tee, and ask for a bucket of balls and show them the bag tag. And the people in the shop will know what to do, and they can get a free bucket of balls to practice. Also, we have our junior courses. So where your golfer will be taking classes, that is their junior course. So Overland Golf Course, Willis Case, Walshire, and City Park. Yeah, they all have a junior course that we're going to be having classes on. And as long as there is not a class on the course, your golfer has free access to it to practice on. So they can practice their putting, play the golf holes, and parents, you are more than welcome to play with them and practice with them. That way you can encourage them to be better, obviously. So we encourage them to practice. We encourage, if you guys want to know what times are you able to practice, where more details, you can shoot any of us an email or call the office, and we can guide you more with how to utilize their practice facility so your golfer can pass their certifications and move forward in our program. Onward, additional opportunities. So again, we don't just teach golf classes once a week to your golfer. There's many things that we offer here. So the first one on this list, it's called Youth on Course. And what that is when you registered your golfer, there was a little segment on your confirmation email that said, register for Youth on Course and use this coupon code. What Youth on Course is, it's an opportunity for your golfer to be able to get out on the course at many different golf courses here in the Denver Metro, actually throughout all of Colorado, for a discounted rate. So we partnered with the Junior Golf Alliance of Colorado, and we are offering it through their portal, their website. So if you were to click on Youth on Course, or you'd click on the link from your confirmation email, it'll take you to the Junior Golf Alliance Colorado's webpage, and it'll list all the golf courses that are participating. Each golf course has different rates and different times that your golfer can play, but it could be as cheap as $1 for 9 holes. It's a great opportunity if you wanted to get out and play 9 holes with your golfer and have them really experience the on-course experience and really practice what we're teaching them. But if when you register on the Junior Golf Alliance website, you use this coupon code, it'll drop the membership price down for you. So again, we'll be saving some money on our end. So that's one opportunity that if your golfer's ready to get on the course, I highly recommend, because it'll save you guys so much money. I wish I had that as a kid. If your golfer's not ready to go on the course, just utilize the junior courses that we have, because they have free access to those, and they're much shorter, and they'll gain their confidence that way. Another opportunity we have as your golfer gets older, we have our Youth Leadership Council. We just kickstarted that back up this year, and I'm super excited about it. It's all of our teens within our program. So it's basically a council that is giving back to the first tee and giving back to our Denver community. So we're a volunteer council. We get together, we collaborate. How can we make our organization better? How can we make our community better? How can we make our city better? And it's really the youth driving the bus. So they're really trying to boost it up and make our community a lot better. And even within our organization, it's a great council to be a part of. So if your golfer is really thriving in our program, that can be something that they could be a part of. And again, can't stress it enough, junior coaches. You're going to start noticing as your golfer comes home, they are going to be talking about their junior coaches, how great their junior coaches are, how fun their junior coaches are. They are the stars of the show. And again, if you have a teenager, you may know, if you have a teenager, if you want to spread the word, you'll see them out on the course and you'll just see the impact that they have. It's one of our best programs that we offer. And just like the picture that you're seeing, We give out scholarships every year. So we have juniors and seniors apply every year, and we give out $10,000 scholarships. In the very beginning, when we started handing these out a few years ago, and by handing out, we have our golfers apply for them, our participants have to apply for them. We started out with 1 scholarship, and then we got up to 4, got up to 5. And now this last year, we gave out 4 scholarships, 4 $10,000 scholarships to our deserving participants. So that's probably another great thing that I love seeing, is just our golfers thriving through the program, and then we can offer them this opportunity. And last thing on this list is national opportunities. So yes, we're the First Tee of Denver here. We offer golf classes and opportunities here, but there's First Tee nationally. So as your golfer progresses on through the program and they're really loving the core values, or they're just loving how great their golf game is, there are national opportunities all across the country where we can send them to a First Tee opportunity to practice on the most beautiful golf courses and really test their golf skills, send them to work on their leadership skills, send them to embark on the life skills opportunity. There's so many things that we offer nationally, and we can offer your golfer if they progress through our program. So along that, what else do we do? There's an ongoing list of what we do. So I'm going to kick it over to Eric. He's going to be talking more about everything else that we do. So Eric, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you, Ari. So I've been on the board of directors for about 4 or 5 years now, First Tee Denver. And when I actually first got started with First Tee Denver about 11 years ago, when my oldest child, Julia, started taking classes when she was 5 years old. Both of my daughters went through classes. They keep going every year. Matter of fact, they went through girls only 3 times because they loved it so much they didn't want to leave. And there's no timetable set. Now they're both in their teenagers. They're both going to be junior coaches this spring. This is her 3rd season being a junior coach. She loves it. She loves working with the kids. So as my daughters were going through this program, I would pick them up and they would say, Dad, this is how I do a handshake. I look at your eyes, I shake your hands. Dad, this is what responsibility means. And they would be talking to me about all these things that they learned in class. And not only that, but they loved golf. I don't think they worried about if they were good or bad. They just loved golf. And that's what I wanted for them. So I got so excited about this that I wanted to get involved more. And when I got involved more, I found out what else the First Tee does. First of all, it's the First Tee of Denver, but it's also the First Tee of the Front Range of the Rocky Mountains. So not only do the staff do programs in Denver, but they also do it in Arvada and Aurora, Boulder, and Inglewood. And they also do Vail Eagle, Gypsum, Red Sky. So they're all over the state. We're all over the state. And we're offering programs like this at, I think it's 27, I might be wrong on that number, but 27 different courses in Colorado. They also, no child is ever turned away. We offer lessons at reduced or free prices because we're a nonprofit. I didn't even know that for a long time, that the First Tee is a nonprofit organization. So what that means is if you have paid tuition in full, part of your tuition is going to pay someone who can't afford its tuition so their child can learn golf too, learn these core skills, these life skills, these core values. And thank you so much for that, by the way, thank you. So what we do is we want to make sure that no child misses out on this opportunity to share in this sport that we all love. To that point, there's also free in-school programs. So they work with PE classes and they will come in at no cost to the school and deliver a session on golf to PE classes at elementary schools and middle schools to teach these kids how to play golf and get a club in their hand. This picture you see here is of a read and swing program. We have a bunch of volunteers that come in to read with children one-on-one who are at or below grade level reading. This is a great program. We have had teachers who have tested their kids every quarter at at-risk schools, and they've sent us the kids that were really struggling. And these kids have progressed better and got eventually up to level reading because of a lot of what we do with reading with them out loud. I'm very proud of that program, and it's a great program. Also, we said we are intent on getting them academically. If you looked at our goal, So what do we do with academics? Well, not only do we teach them to read, but we also sneakily teach them math. So in the at school programs, we'll have them measure themselves and learn how to measure themselves. And then we'll have these kids take their measurements and figure out how long a club should be. And we'll have them take a shaft out, and with adult supervision, obviously, we will cut that shaft to fit them, that a club that they can take home with them. But when they put that club up to the grinder and you see the sparks fly, man, it is magic. It is great to watch these kids get excited. And we're teaching them math and they don't really know that. They're just getting excited about it. Um, it says we partner with other community programs, and that is so true, like rec centers, YMCA, and other youth organizations. But we also work with adaptive and inclusion programs. It's something we're really proud of. We want so all kids can access golf. So Ernie Els, the pro golfer, he has an all L's for autism. We've worked with them. Denver Adaptive Rec. We've worked with Special Olympics and Wheelchair Sports Camp in Colorado. We want to get everybody playing this game and get everybody excited about what we're doing. Also with this, like I said, I have two daughters and we've gone through the program for a long time, and they both started when they were itty bitty, and we bought clubs for them when they were itty bitty because it was so cute and fun. But they keep growing, and pretty soon those clubs are too small. The club exchange program that Ari mentioned earlier, I have taken advantage of several times. And so the goal is to have it's really frustrating if your clubs are too short. So the goal is to have right size clubs for the kids. And so if your kid has clubs, if they don't have clubs, they can provide clubs for them. But if they have clubs, but they want another set because they got them grown, you don't have to go out and buy another set. Just come in, donate your old clubs to us. We'll get you another set of clubs, and we'll just keep doing that until you get to the point where it's like, my kid loves golf. I know an investment in golf clubs is going to be worth it now. Thank you so much. And then just donate that last set back to us, and we would really appreciate that. So that's about the club exchange. We're going to go to the next slide now. Um, like I said, we are a nonprofit, and if you would like to get more involved with what we do, we would love you to come to an open house. And what an open house is they're a free 1-hour presentation about our programs, and you actually get to see the programs in action. Assuming we get out of this COVID, it might be virtual this year, but man, if you can get to an open house, go, because you get to see these kids one-on-one read out loud with an adult. You get to see them cut the clubs. You get to meet the kid. You get to see their faces light up. And once you do that, man, that's when I got hooked. So after my daughter's getting excited and then going to an open house, man, I was like, what else can I do to help this organization? Because it's great. So we hope to start having these in person again in the fall. But we would love to. Also, if you have a friend who's like, I don't know anything about it, tell them bring them to an open house. We'd love to have them. If you enjoy yourself at the open house, if you're like, man, I find such value in what you do, like I did, then we have lots of volunteering opportunities. We have places where you can come to read. You can read with kids. We also, we mentioned the Players Club, and some of your children are in the Players Club. Well, we send the foursomes out. We don't send them out unescorted. There's an adult volunteer that goes with each foursome to make sure if they don't understand the rules, or if they have a question, but just to make sure that your kids are always being taken care of. So if you want to do read and swing, if you want to walk with the kids, let us know. We have orientations the first Wednesday of every month, and they can teach you how to teach you how to get involved. Everyone who does volunteer has to go through a background check and a safe studies thing, so they know how to deal with the kids and make sure everybody's safe. And if you're like, man, I don't know if I have time for volunteering, I'd love to fundraise, or I'd love to give you guys some money. We'd love your money, but really what we'd really love you to do is get involved. We have a fundraising tournament. Like, the easiest, most fun way to give money is through a tournament. And our tournament this year is August 30th. And we'll have the sign up soon. You'll be getting a sign up because we have your email. We'll send it out to you. And It is so much fun. And there's also a family open later on this fall. So like kids and families can play with their parents. It's super fun. And if you're like, I don't play golf, but I want my kid to play golf, that's great too. We have a luncheon on November 3rd. Pencil it in. It's more than a game fundraising luncheon. It's our annual fundraising event. It's the one time we do ask for money a year. So if you'd like to do any of that, please do that. Also, if you're like, man, I am so excited about this program, like I am. The simplest way for you to support us is to tell your friends, tell your family, so help us spread the love. I mean, we're a nonprofit. We would love you to tell anybody that you know about us. If you have friends who don't have kids anymore, but they'd like to read to kids or they'd like to help kids learn golf, man, have them get in contact with us. We want to make sure that every kid has an opportunity to experience the first tee and grow with the first tee. So I hope that gave you an idea of what we do, and I hope you get more involved, and I hope that when your kids are out there, you're going to fall in love with this program as much as I do. Now I'm going to turn this all over to Nick, and Nick's going to bring us home. So thank you so much.
Perfect. So we're going to wrap up this recording here shortly. If you have any additional questions, you can either ask them here in a minute, or you can send them over to me in an email to the info account email. That's going to be info@thefirstteeofdenver.com. If you didn't get all that, it is also the email address at the bottom of our website. But I'm going to wrap up this recording.